Hello, and welcome once again to joining me with a brief meditation on the Psalms. Psalm 31 is before us right now, and in these verses, you have just another perhaps expanded version of what we've heard many times before from David, a plea for deliverance, an expression of confidence, and then the encouragement to other people to be confident in the Lord, to call on Him in times of need. This psalm appears also to be written at the end of David's life because it looks back on different times when the Lord had already delivered him. But verse 5 is perhaps very noteworthy in the psalm, simply because it's words that Jesus himself utters from the cross. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Redeem me, O Lord, the God of truth. So as we near the end of our life, what better words can we have to pray to God than into your hands I commit my spirit? And later on we'll see other words that are just a good acknowledgement at all times. My times are in your hands, O Lord. And yet through it all, we have confidence in the Lord. He is our refuge, and because he is, we will not be put to shame, but instead we can do as David encourages at the end of this psalm, be strong, take heart, and wait for the Lord. Let's get into it then, since it's a little bit longer, and perhaps I'll have a thought or two afterwards as well. In you, O Lord, I have taken refuge. Let me never be put to shame. Deliver me in your righteousness. Turn your ear to me. Come quickly to my rescue. Be my rock of refuge, a strong fortress to save me. Since you are my rock and my fortress, for the sake of your name, lead and guide me. Free me from the trap that is set for me, for you are my refuge. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Redeem me, O Lord, the God of truth. I hate those who cling to worthless idols. I trust in the Lord. I will be glad and rejoice in your love, for you saw my affliction and knew the anguish of my soul. You have not handed me over to the enemy, but have set my feet in a spacious place. Be merciful to me, O Lord, for I am in distress. My eyes grow weak with sorrow, my soul and my body with grief. My life is consumed by anguish, and my years by groaning. My strength fails because of my affliction, and my bones grow weak. Because of all my enemies, I am the utter contempt of my neighbors. I am a dread to my friends. Those who see me on the street flee from me. I am forgotten by them as though I were dead. I have become like broken pottery. For I hear the slander of many. There is terror on every side. They conspire against me and plot to take my life. But I trust in you, O Lord. I say you are my God. My times are in your hands. Deliver me from my enemies and from those who pursue me. Let your face shine on your servant. Save me in your unfailing love. Let me not be put to shame, O Lord, for I have cried out to you. But let the wicked be put to shame and lie silent in the grave. Let their lying lips be silenced, for with pride and contempt they speak arrogantly against the righteous. How great is your goodness, which you have stored up for those who fear you, which you bestow in the sight of men on those who take refuge in you. In the shelter of your presence you hide them from the intrigues of men. In your dwelling you keep them safe from accusing tongues. Praise be to the Lord, for he showed his wonderful love to me when I was in a besieged city. In my alarm I said, I am cut off from your sight, yet you heard my cry for mercy when I called to you for help. Love the Lord, all his saints. The Lord preserves the faithful, but the proud he pays back in full. Be strong and take heart, all you who hope in the Lord. And the two thoughts that come to mind really aim at the same thing. The first one is that what does David base his hope on? And it's that the Lord will deliver in his righteousness, that is the Lord's righteousness, for the sake of his name, that is the Lord's name. You know, God does this because of who he is and how righteous he is. And then ultimately, because he is not only righteous, he is also good. So, David again is not basing God's actions on his own righteousness, that he has earned or deserved God's favor or God's action, but because he knows who God is. God is a righteous and loving God who is one who preserves the faithful, those who take refuge in him. So just a good reminder for us that we place our lives in God's hands, acknowledge that he is able to protect, and then trust that he will do it, that he will not let us be put to shame. Thanks for tuning in again for this Psalm 31, and hopefully I'll see you again for Psalm 32.